Morning. Hope you're going alright wherever you are. So, it's been a few days since the last one. I just put the camera away for a couple of days. We were just under the pump, and yeah, I'm not going to lie, I'm starting to get a bit puffed, but we're at the back end of the windrowing now. We've got, I'm just in the truck heading down to move the wind machine to our last job. So we've got 70 hectares, and then now that we'll do today, and then we've got 50. Another 50 will be, I don't actually know, it'll be good probably 2 weeks. It's just a long season grazing variety that where we this a regular job that we windrow and also harvest. So yeah, we've always got this late paddock at some whether it be 50 hectares or 100 hectares, whatever. So yeah, the guy's got a lamb feedlot, so he uses lambs to graze it off. So that's all right though. Machine's been going reasonably well. If you're following along on Instagram, you would have seen we've had a few hydraulic hoses blowing and that sort of stuff, but generally, yeah, it is sort of ticking along not too badly. It was getting a bit hot yesterday, but yeah, I discovered Jay was pretty good. Like, he actually had public holiday yesterday, so Jay drove it for me yesterday most of the day. So yeah, he's been really good. He's it was getting hot a couple of times, and he rang me and he sort of pulled up. And the second time I went down there, and yeah, just discovered a bloody crook fitting on a hose. So it was leaking oil, so it sort of effectively was nearly out of oil again. So yeah, we've had a bit of trouble with these rotor shears this year for whatever reason. That yeah, it's just is what it is. But we've done a lot more work than what we have other years too. So that's all right. The hay's all finished. Brendan finished it off yesterday. So we've got the baler home, got the Magnum on the chaser bin. It's looking like I've got to go to Melbourne. Well, it doesn't look like I have to go to Melbourne tomorrow. Just got to go down and pick my parents up off there from the airport. So we'll do that, and then Friday, a couple of days time, the header should start. So I'll just see how we're going today. It's going to get pretty hot and crappy today, apparently. We are getting the odd hot day. The other day, just driving through a real dark spot here, sorry. A few days ago, I don't know when it was now, we had, it was forecast to be sort of 35 or 6 degrees. It didn't get that hot. So it'll be interesting today to see how it goes. Across the road here, make sure I don't get run over. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how hot it actually does get today. Now the plan is we'll start on barley. We've got 80 hectares of barley, or a couple hundred acres of barley that I want to get stripped first, or if it's ripe, we'll strip it first, and then we'll strip all our irrigated canola. Yeah, so it's about 120 hectares of it, and then yeah, we'll start and get into some of this contracting. So generally the way I work it with the contracting, canola windrowing's different because you can shuffle it in, but harvest, I do my own stuff first. I'm going to make more money out of harvesting my own crop than yeah, contract harvesting. So we generally work it in. We won't have any wheat ready at the moment, so we're going to sort of strip all the early stuff now, and then we'll go picking up canola rows, and then at some point in time we'll be back at home to do that 40 hectares that was under the irrigator. So yeah, but the finding, just talking, there are a few headers going around the place. So my brother-in-law's going, so we did his job. It was the one where we had to fit through the real narrow gateway to get to it, so it's been down 2 weeks today. So yeah, so then, but talking to Josh, who we're working with the corn planting, he's done stuff that's down to it's been down 9 days, and it's back at 6%. So they're probably drying out quicker than what we think, but I'm not stressing. It's just, it gives today, I'll put Brendan on the windrower today. It's just, I've got to go to Cora and pick up a couple of parts for the header. So yeah, I just want to spend a couple of days, just have a breather and recharge the battery a bit, but also just to tick a few. Usually you're not 100% ready to go at harvest time, like you're running around like a mad hatter and, oh yeah, we'll get the header going, we'll go and strip a sample, and then, oh yeah, we've got to do this, we've got to do that. Well, I just want to spend a day or two just getting stuff organised, and then yeah, we can wheel into harvest. Weather forecast looks fine. They are talking a few thunderstorms today, but we'll just see what happens. Yeah, it's got a bit to do. Got a bit to do yet. I can tell you if it's going to rain. So, yeah. Anyway, so we got the pivot going again. What I did on the I think it was the last video with the rubber boot in between the two pipes, that didn't work. As soon as the pipe got weight on it, it just bent like a banana. So actually went and got another aluminium flange yesterday and welded that onto the new bit of pipe, and we got that back in yesterday afternoon. There's something not 100% right though with the suction. We're not getting full pressure at the pump, so I don't know, I need to, it's going, yeah, it's been running all night, but it's not 100% sure what's going on there, so I'm going to have to get the guys to come out and look at it at some point in time. It's just running on the loosen, but yeah, you know, we're a fortnight off sowing corn under that irrigator, so I need to get it going properly to work out what the hell's going on. So and yeah, we're watering the second block of corn, so it'll finish tonight, and it looks not too bad either. So given I was a bit worried about the soil type over there, but yeah, it is going right. So anywho, plenty going on, plenty going on. But good to get this baling and good to get the hay and the windrowing sort of out of the road. It's just one's going to run into the other, which is not too bad. So anyway, we'll get this machine loaded. Yeah, get into the next job. Come over to move some of the water timers. Got 2 bays left here on the block ahead. Over at our dairy block, seems to be all going not too badly. We still need to get a recycle pump over here. The recycle dam's full, so still need to sort something out there. But yeah, all working pretty well so far. I did come over the other day and you saw me weld these brackets on, but yeah, we tidied a few chains and that up as well. So yeah, it's all seems to have worked all right. So, I'm going to have to probably water a bit of pasture over here because we're going to be short of water. So yeah, so I've had to extend it for another 12 hours, but then we're going to have too much water. So that's all right, it is what it is. So, but yeah, there's a few bays of pasture over. We can run a bit of water on. Righto, we're back at home. I've just been to Cora and picked up a new set of sieves for the header. There's a bit over $4,000 sitting there, which is ridiculous. Anyway, I'll just show you the old ones. We're not actually sure what's happened here. It's, yeah, where are they? I think they're here. It's like we've had a drop bear crawl in the back of the header and camp on them. So you can see the fingers are nice and straight here, and these ones are all bent and mangled. Don't know what's happened. It's got the mechanic mystified. So we sort of thought, oh, maybe we get a pair of pliers and we can straighten them up, but we just decided to go this way. So At least then we know they're doing what they're supposed to be doing properly. But yeah, watch out for those drop bears because you never know where they might turn up. Anyway, we'll get these out of the boxes. I might have to get Tony to give us a hand to get them back in. So basically, just got to throw some fuel in it. I'm going to give it a wash because it hasn't actually had a blow. It's had a blow down, but didn't get washed from corn harvest. So give it a wash. We need to put a PDO shaft on here. We'll find the PDO shaft for there so the front can run. I think Brendan's put all the covers and that back in underneath. What else do we need to do? We've got these side covers to put back on, which is no big deal. And then I've just got to run some spanners over the back fan housing here. The boys put them back on the other day, and I was just having a bit of a play around getting it lined up a bit better because we have been having trouble with the belt on it. So I just need to finish off doing that, and then yeah, we're pretty well right to go. So we're going to take the big front out. We've got the old Deutz there, Deutz tractor that we run on the mother bin. We're going to take the big front out behind it out to the other farm. Just trying to shuffle around. I've actually got to go to Melbourne tomorrow. My parents are flying back in. They've been up on holidays up the coast, so I've got to go down and pick them up. But I was just talking to my mum then and just trying to work out what the go is, because I've got two sisters in Melbourne, and yeah, they might stay with her tomorrow night, and then I'll fly down Friday morning and pick them up. So it doesn't matter. We might get harvesting tomorrow now, the way it's going, so which wouldn't be a disaster. So anyway, we'll get these back in, and I'll give you a look at them once I get out of the box. Much nicer. There is a left and a right, so we just need to work out which side's which. And I think there's a rubber flap that bolts along the back here too, so we might have to pinch that off the other ones. So that's what it looks like when it's in. There's actually it's an electric actuator here that we can adjust them from the cabin, and what I'll do is I'll set, once we get them in and bolted in, I'll calibrate them to the monitor. What I had to do was actually pull the other one, this mechanism off that actuator hooks onto off the other sieves, and then this bit of rubber that runs along the back there as well. So yeah, it wasn't easy enough, but yeah, I had to look at the other ones first and went, oh, hang on a minute, there's a few bits missing, so it's alright. We're about there now, so I'll bolt that bit of strip in and you can go back in. Pretty simple what holds them in. They've just got a bolt that goes in the side here, and then a bolt holds them together in the middle, and that's it. So yeah, the old ones, like on the older headers, there used to be one piece, and they're a bit of, you needed sort of two blokes to handle them, whereas these things are pretty good. Anyway, we'll get him bolted up, and yeah, it might be time to fire him up then. Alright, haul back in. Yeah, bit of mucking around, but hopefully that'll work a bit better than a squash one. So anyway, still got a few remnants of corn harvest sitting up the front there. So yeah, so no, it's all going back together all right. It's not much of a day now. The fittings up, and it's got hot. So yeah, I had to go down and just give Brendan a hand to shift. He didn't have to take the front off, but yeah, he's just moving paddocks. So yeah, he's in the last block now, so that'll nearly be windrowing finished, which should be nice. Anywho, we'll keep chipping away. So we've just had a bit of a windstorm go through, blow dust and crap everywhere. Well, the camera picks that up, bit of thunder, no lightning, no rain. So I don't know, they were sort of talking this sort of change on the weather. I've just been doing a few jobs. Brendan pulled up with the windrowing. The windrow was getting hot, and also it was getting a bit of shattering, and it's been, you know, it was 36 or 8 degrees on the ute here before, so he's going to come out early in the morning and finish that off. I've just been putting panels on and just calibrating a bit of stuff here. Don't know what's going on here. I just backed over and was filling the header, and all of a sudden there's diesel pouring out everywhere, and I thought the auto gun hadn't shut off. I was just here. I was just putting these ends back on the troughs in the auger in the bin, and so there's a bit of a cover here. I hope to God we haven't split a tank. Anyway, I'll pull this cover off up here, and just got a couple of push-in fittings, and hopefully I can get a better look at it. Diagnosis, I'm not too sure what's going on. There's definitely a hole there somewhere. We've claimed there's not a lot of room up in under here. I'll show you. You can see in there if I turn that light on. Yes, there's a bit of a valley there, and it's full of diesel. So I don't know, there's got to be a split or something somewhere there, but I'm not too sure. So I think it's about 7 o'clock now. I've had enough. I think the plan will be we'll either just get the fuel trailer and put a bit more fuel in it and just see where it's coming from. But yeah, just to make sure it does have a hole in it, and then get the fuel back out of it, which we can do. We can bang a hose on here and get a fair bit of it out. There's 1,000 litres of fuel in there, roughly. So, and then I don't know. We'll just see what the, you know, what the possibilities are of sourcing one, and I shudder to think what it's going to be worth. I don't think there's any point in trying to patch it. I think we'll just throw it away and start again. Yeah, it's over before it began. But anyway, it's the games we play, so we'll just see what happens. So anyway, as I said, Brendan pulled up with the windrower just because it got a bit hot and it was shattering. The machine was running a bit hot, so he'll finish that in the morning. Got agent coming in the morning to sort lambs up. We've got lambs going over the hooks in a few days' time, so we'll get them in and weigh them up, and then yeah, just got to adjust the brakes on the truck, on the prime mover, and it's ready to go. It can go back on the tipper then. Yeah, I was supposed to go, I don't know whether I mentioned it, I was supposed to go to Melbourne tomorrow, but I'm not going to go to Melbourne till Friday morning now. But if we've got to get a fuel tank, God knows, only knows what the process will be. It'll have to come out of Sydney. I wouldn't have thought any of our local dealers would have any, even within their network. So we'll just see. I have got in the car before and driven to Melbourne to get parts. So if it's going to take, you know, if it's not going to be till Monday, Tuesday to get it, I'm more than prepared to jump in the car and drive to Sydney, or Case's parts seem to come out of Sydney, which is a 6-hour drive each way. So we'll just see how this is all going to play out. I'll know a bit more in the morning when we get it out. So rightio, rain's got very humid. but yeah, no rain. So, and the forecast for next one good thing, the forecast for the next 10 days looks pretty good. So, righto, thanks again for watching. There's always something happening. See you next time. Bye bye.